So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
Hey YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games, and with the latest releases and spoils for the next set for Japan, being the Link 5 Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid, I'll give my quick thoughts on that at the end of this video, just because it relates to this deck profile, which is an update to my cyberse deck. As you can see, we did get a new monster for the extra deck that you can play, which is the Firewall Exceeds Dragon. You can now play that, and we also got a new Searcher card for the deck. A very expensive Searcher card for budget players. Bear in mind it's like £20 a copy at the moment. I managed to get some good deals on some of my copies. Basically, one I pulled, one I bought for 21, one I bought for a tenner. So thanks to you, Adam, for that £10 sign-up money. Really happy that you did that great deal for me. I'm now able to complete this deck, and I'll run through the profile, explain to you some of the new choices and text in the deck, and I'll give my quick thoughts on Dark Fluid. Mostly, is it good for the deck, and how is it good for the deck? So, well, that's done, let's kick on into it. Starting off with the obvious 3 copies of Balancer Lord. You need to play Balancer Lord in this deck, just simple as that. It's always been at 3 copies since it first came out, and it always will be. Next we're playing, well, I say it always will be until we get that new structure deck, or the cyberse support, which will hopefully we get at some point down the line. 1 copy Lady Debugger did get hit to 1, but it's fine for this deck because we got Signet Mining now. 2 copies of Clock Wyvern. He's really good. He literally starts off your plays. Most of your play starters are, can you get 2 monsters on the board, whether it's monsters or tokens? Yes, cool, your plays can start off. And Clock Wyvern literally does that by himself, along with Balancer Lord. Cyberse Gadget is one of the great extenders in the deck, also helps you go into your rank 4 play. So Cyberse Gadget is really good for that. Cyberse Wicked, just 2 copies, just because, you know, you can summon this, summon something else, and go off with your play. And 2 copies of the new Firewall Guardian. The reason I'm playing 2 copies of this is that 1 Firewall Guardian is just literally 2 link 1s on its own, because you can summon this, link away into your link 1, and then because it was sent to the graveyard as link material, you can then revive it. So Firewall Guardian is just an absolutely amazing card for this deck, just because it's a 1 card combo starter. You could bump it up to 3 if you want to. If you did, I'd probably take out one of the Cyberse gadgets. But Firewall Guardian is just really, really strong, and has a nice little graveyard effect, which is why I played 2 copies of it. And then we're playing a whole bunch of 1-ofs, just because they're all really good extended speed or multiple copies of it. 1 Backup Secretary is probably the only one I could argue saying you could play more than 1, but I wouldn't go 3. I'd go 2 at most. Dotscaper, really, really good card, really good for your discarding Vodders and Foolish Burials, and your 1-for-1s as well, whereas both to summon it or discard it. Foreman Skipper is a really good card, just because it searches your higher level cyberse, which we do play a few of, and you do want them in your hand for ritual fodder, or to ritual summon, or just to extend in general. So Foreman Skipper is really good for that situation. Cyberse Converter, pretty much another copy of Backup Secretary, along with Link Infoflyer. Then we're going to the high level ones, which is Sim Templar. I'm testing this card out again just because you can search it off Former Skipper, and you can recycle stuff back into your hand to get a free summon onto the field. So Sim Templar is really good for that. 1 Cyberse White Hat, again searchable off Former Skipper, and it's just a free summon, and it can get some extra damages in. 1 copy of Degrade Buster, again searchable off Former Skipper. Helps combo off with your Balancer Lord, because you can bash Balancer Lord, get this guy into the field, Balancer Lord gets you another summon. So really good combo plays with that, and being level 7 helps you go into our Cyberse Magician, which I do play 2 copies of. just because you don't want to brick one of them. Because if you brick with one, then your essentially cyberse which play is essentially dead. But I'll explain when I get to the ritual spell why I play 2 of this and only 1 ritual spell, when by what I'm saying, theoretically I should be playing 2 of each, because I don't want to brick with either one of them. But by having 2 of this, it means that I'll have 1 in deck pretty much majority of the times, and that if I do open with the ritual spell, I can at least return the ritual spell back into my deck via the Link Disciple play. So it mitigates bricks and helps with consistency of ritual summoning as well, because with one of the cards that we play in deck, Preparation of Rites, we can search this and ditch one of them for our ritual summon, as well as also again being searchable of our Formary Skipper. Then we're playing the 1 Cyber Synchron because you need this for your synchro plays, and 2 Effect Veiler. This can be any hand trap that you want. I'm just going with Effect Veiler because Effect Veiler is actually good at the moment and is budget. So that's it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. 1 copy of Signet Ritual for your ritual play. As I explained, you only need 1 copy of this because you can always just return it to your deck via Link Disciple, whereas like the ritual monster benefits you more by having multiple copies. The most expensive card in the deck, Signet Money. You've got to play 3 of it if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, that's fine. Just play more extenders in your deck and more good spell cards. 1 spell card that I recommend is Fusion Conscription, and I'll explain what to take out from the extra deck to fit in the cyberse Clock Dragon for Fusion Conscription, because you can at least then search Clock Wyvern, which then gets you more monsters into your hand, and a 3 spell in the graveyard. Silent Mining is absolutely amazing card for this deck. Just searches everything in your deck as of a low level, which is all the important stuff. I still play 1 Silent Backdoor. You could probably bump one of this 2 if you're not playing the Silent Minings. But Backdoor is just a nice way to get more searches from your deck while also escaping threats on the field. 1 copy of Gold Sarcophagus combos with the Balance Law for 3 summons and a 3 spell engrave. 1 for 1 combos with all the level 1s in the deck and 3 spell engrave. 2 copies of Preparation of Rites, a 3 spell engrave, and helps you get back your ritual monsters and ritual spells if you want to. 1 copy of Foolish Burial, you want stuff in the graveyard. 2 copies of Double Summon. This is essentially your 4th and 5th copy of Balancer Lord in the deck, but in the form of a spell card, which means we have a banished target for our Cyberse Witch, which is what we need in the graveyard for our combos to go off. 1 copy of One-Time Passcode. It's a 3 token monster on the field and a 3 spell engrave. And 1 copy of Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn and we like to revive stuff. You know, I hear reviving things is good in this game, especially for link decks. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra, the new Firewall Xyz Dragon. This card is pretty cool, but it only has 1 valid target in the deck for its full effect, and I'll read that effect to you. So it takes 2+ level 4 monsters. This Xyz summon card gains 500 attack times the total link rating of link monsters linked to this card. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 link for cyberse link monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your field, so it points to this card. Also, you cannot special summon other monsters or attack directly for the rest of this turn. So it just gets big and punches for massive damage. That's literally it. You rarely use this recovery effect. You mostly just use this as basically just an easy summon to get a big monster on the field. Then we play our 2 synchro monsters in the forms of Cyberse Quantum and the Cyberse Integrator. Really, really good cards. The only target for our Quantum Dragon, our Xyz Dragon, is Mech Knight Crusader Avram. You don't have to realistically play this. I do rarely summon it because I mostly just want to summon this if I'm going to go combo off with the Xyz Dragon, because I have a valid target in the graveyard. But it is a really strong monster for the deck if you can afford it. He's not too expensive at the moment, and his price is valid for essentially a one-off in your collection. just as an extra deck option for your deck. So you don't have to play this. I'd probably take this card out for Encode Talker if I wanted to not play it, essentially. For the two code talkers in the extra deck is Transcode and Xcode, because they combo very well with each other. And Transcode is the only talker that I say you have to play in your extra deck. The other code talkers are all up to you, essentially. For Link 2 is Update Jammer. It's Update Jammer. You know, Transcode OTK is still pretty good. 1 Security Dragon. I just like the generic bouncing that this card can do, and does combo very well with Transcode Talker. 1 Honeybot. You can pull this off in your combos if you have the right extenders. Next we have cyberse Witch and cyberse Wicked. These are the ones you always go to your combos. cyberse Witch to search your ritual monster and spells and get 3 monsters back from the graveyard to extend into your combos, and cyberse Wicked is to get to your tuner and essentially go into your synchro plays and give the monsters a +2 protection. And that's it for the Link 2s. Moving on to the Link 1s, we have Link Rebo, standard in the cyberse decks. You know, very easy to use and abuse. Helps you in your mid combos. 1 copy of Link Devote. It's the one you always go in turn 1, along with the 2 Link Disciples. You know, Link Disciple gets you a draw and helps you correct your hand a little bit. And by tributing the Devote, you get 2 tokens. You're locked into Link 2s and lower for that turn only, but it's fine with the boards that you can produce of Quantum, Magician, and the Wicked, meaning that your opponent can now not target your card effects or attacks, and Quantum gets you a free bouncer turn, and Magician halves damage as well. So that's it for the deck. Just a quick a quick thought on the Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. Is it good for the deck? Yes. The way you can at the very least get a ritual and synchro majority of your turns very easily. So you're giving your Link 5 big boss monster 5,000 attack points if you get him out, making him up to 8k with 2 negations in the battle phase, plus 2 more attacks. Just integrating the fusion element is not very hard, in all honesty, and it's something that I'm thinking about doing later down the line. And as you can see, the Exceeds option isn't very hard to put in either. Takes nothing really for the deck to do. You know, as long as you can get 2 level 4s on the field consistency, which this deck can do very easily, with all the Bounce Lords and Firewall Guardians that it have in the deck. So I think Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid is a great addition to the deck, and I really can't wait to implement it into the deck, especially if we can get the new Code Talker support, because that would really help the consistency of this deck and bring out those boards, and for the preparations for your Dark Fluid. So, as always guys, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up YouTube, Dad here with YUGIOH. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.